Hello, it's Jane here and welcome to this video recording. So I'm sat on a cushion because it helps to lift my hips up. You might like to sit against a wall for support. You might want to cross your legs or leave them out straight and just give those shoulders a little roll. We're just going to get settled, whizzing those wrists around. Any niggles, anything that you need to move it now. And then we can just sit quietly for a little while. And just prepare to practice. So first of all, just noticing the sound of your breath. So you may have chosen to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. You may prefer to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Notice which feels the most relaxing for you. And then notice the rhythm of your breath. Is it fast or slow, deep or shallow, smooth or a little jagged? Just becoming familiar with the quality of your breath right now. And then just notice if there are any feelings, thoughts, emotions whirring around inside. And if so, notice whereabouts in your body you feel them. And as you observe, just notice things change or stay the same. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, float the arms out to the sides and over the head. As you exhale, bring the palms down to your heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a whoosh out through the mouth. Then take the hands down beside you and lean over to one side, doesn't matter which, and just take the opposite arm over the head and a little roll around. Maybe you'd like to move up and down, just moving how the body feels good to move. And then we'll swap sides. So don't you have to go right or left first, whatever feels the most appropriate for you. And then we'll take the hands behind the back, just lean into the hands a little, lift the chest. And then we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. And as you inhale, lift. As you exhale, fold forward. So you might be difficult to let the arms meet. If so, just take the hands on the small of the back. Rolling the shoulders a few times. Now a twist, so taking your right hand on the left shoulder, left hand behind the back. Gaze over your left shoulder. And then take a few breaths into the belly. As you inhale, turn the gaze forward. As you exhale, unwind the body. Taking the left hand on the right shoulder, slowly gaze over that right shoulder. Take a few more deep breaths into the belly. And then use an inhale to turn the gaze forward first, and an exhale the body. And now we're going to make our way into a seated cat-cow. So I'm just turning sideways so you can see me. So as we inhale, we send the chest forward. As we exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, send the heart forward, look up. Exhale, tuck the chin in and round the back. And take a couple more, just using the rhythm of your breath. And then we'll make our way to tabletop pose. And we're going to come into our tabletop pose with wrists under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll tuck the toes under to give the soles of the feet a stretch. Inhale, lower the belly, look up. Exhale, chin to chest and round the back. And then take a few rounds of these. And then we'll soften the hips down to the heels for a child's pose. And we're going to prepare for a swoop. So as we inhale, we're going to roll forward and end up in a cat pose, round in the back. As we exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, swoop, keeping nice and low and ending in a cat. Exhale, hips to heels in our child. One more. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stretch out the left leg, tuck the toes and rock back and forth, sending that heel behind just to wake up the backs of the legs. Tiger stretch. And then we'll do the other side. So tucking the toes and just rocking back and forth. And then from here we're going to come into a toe stretch. So we'll start nice and easy by coming into our tucked toes and just softening the heels as much as we comfortably can, hips to heels, using the hands for support. And you can stay here if you've got enough of a stretch, or you can walk the hands towards the knees and slowly come up, stacking the shoulders above the hips. This is quite intense, but it's good for the soles of the feet. And then we're going to come back into our table pose. Soften the hips to the heels for a child's pose. And breathe. So taking a few deep breaths here. Then inhale back to all fours. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees up off the mat. Bend the knees. Send the sitting bone behind you. And we'll come to a dog pose. And we'll walk the dog by bending one knee and then the other. Or you could inhale to the balls of the feet and exhale to lower the heels. Just simply stretching out the backs of the legs and the back line of the body. Taking a few breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll bear crawl the feet and hands towards each other. End up in ragdoll pose with the knees bent, the crown of the head pointing down. If this makes you feel dizzy, rest the hands on the thighs. Bring the head level to the heart. And we're going to come to a twist by taking one hand to the ground and lifting the opposite arm up. And gazing towards the hand in the air, or looking to the ground if that's easier on the neck, swapping over. Nice twist there. Then we're going to come all the way to standing, nice and slow, bringing the head up last of all. And we'll take some nice stretches here. So as we inhale, we'll sweep the arms over the head. As we exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, slide the hands up to the shins or the thighs halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale the hands back to the side. That's a half sun salutation. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower. Inhale, arms out to the side, over the head, palms meet. Exhale, hands down through the midline, back to the sides. And again, just use the rhythm of your own breath. This half sun salutation is really calming for the central nervous system, helping the mind and body to get into that flow zone. Now at the top, interlace the fingers and we'll lean over to one side, resting the head and the crook of the arm. And then we'll just swap sides, so we'll lean into the other side, always making sure we can take a full deep breath wherever we are. Then back to the center. And we're just going to take the hands onto the waist. We're going to come into a balance now. So as we inhale, we're just going to come up to the balls of the feet. As we exhale, we're going to lower the heels. So you can keep the arms on the waist, or if it helps, you can take the arms out in front at shoulder height. I think this always gives me a sense of feeling more controlled and compact when they're on the waist. Now, when we're in the air, the heels off the ground now, we're going to reach the arms over the head. And we're going to come into what we call a pistol grip. So I'll just show you. It's the palms meeting and it's the index fingers still outstretched. And we reach those index fingers up to the sky. Squeezing the sides of the ribs in towards each other. Then lower the heels. And then we'll just come up and down for a few more rounds to the rhythm of your breath. And then we'll bring that mudra down through the midline of the body, hands by the side. So mudra is simply a hand gesture, the shape of our hands. Inhale the arms over the head. Exhale, fold forward. Now we're going to step back to a downward dog this time. Then we're going to roll into a plank. So the crown reaches forward and the heels back. In again. Inhale, dog pose. Exhale, swoop into that plank. That's why we did that little warm up at the beginning, to get used to this transition. Now a side plank. So you could put your right knee down, stretch the left foot to the back of the mat, lift that left arm. Or you could take a full side plank by coming onto the edges of the feet. Wherever you are, lift through the arm in the air and that hip. Back to a plank pose and then over to the other side. So we could take the knee down, keep it there. Or we could take the side plank out to the side. So side plank or supported side plank, you choose. And then we come back to a plank pose. This time lower the knees and lower the belly, the chest and the chin, hugging the elbows in. Baby cobra, feet relaxed. Inhale, just lift the heart off the ground, look forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, relaxes. And again. And then inhale to all fours. And back to child's pose on the exhale. Taking some nice deep breaths here. Enjoying the flow, the movement, the synchronization of body and breath. As we inhale back to all fours, tuck the toes, downward dog. Tiptoeing the feet towards the hands again. And then we'll arrive in that ragdoll. Inhale. We're going to take the arms over the head. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands drop. This time, step the left knee behind you, so your right foot's forward, and then hands either side, as though you were starting a sprinting race. And then just explore what feels nice. So it might feel nice to lower the hips a little. It might be nice to rock back and forth. You might want to stack the right knee over the ankle. And as you inhale, reach the arms up alongside the ears, and then maybe twist, taking the left hand to the outside of the right knee, right hand on the low back. And then we'll take the left hand to the ground, reach the right arm up to the sky. You may wish to tuck the back toe, lift the back knee for a twisting lunge. Then we'll take the hands down, take the knee down if it's up, hips back, and we'll come into our runner's stretch. So you might want to stay nice and still, you might want to rock back and forth. See what feels good. And as you inhale, we're going to lift the back knee, or if you want to keep it on the ground, that's fine. Inhale to a high lunge, and again, you can do it with that back knee onto the ground. I'll just show you like that, just lifting the arms up. And with that shape with the hands that we did before, the middle fingers together. Just add stability. So tucking the ribs in so we don't jut them out. And then wherever you are, we'll meet in our downward dog. And then we'll tiptoe the feet towards the hands again. And then as we inhale, we'll come all the way up to stand. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. We'll step the right foot behind us this time, lower the right knee. We'll find those hands either side of the front foot for a little stability. And then we'll move around, see what feels really good here. We may stay with this or stack that left knee over the ankle, arms over the head. We could take that mudra with the hands, or we could come into a twist if that feels nice. And then we'll take the right hand to the ground, left arm reaching up. We may wish to tuck the back toe and lift the back knee. And then we'll all ease the hands down. Lower the back knee, hips back, torso forward, runner's stretch again. Nice big deep breaths. And then you can keep the back knee on the ground, or we can tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, stack the front knee over the ankle. And then we'll come into that high lunge. So do whatever feels right for your body. Lifting those arms. And then we'll take that mudra, that hand gesture, pistol grip. And then you can either bob up and down or just hang here. And we'll meet back in downward dog. Tuck the chin into the chest, a plank pose. Now a side plank, you can take the knee down. Or this time, if you'd like to, you could go straight into side plank. So you choose what you'd like to do. And then we'll meet back in plank pose, lower the knees, the belly, the chest and the chin. And this time we'll interlace the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the heart, look forward. Exhale, lower. You may wish to add the legs as we inhale and lift this time. You choose what feels right. Hands underneath the shoulders, inhale to all fours. Exhale and rest in child's pose for a few breaths. So we inhale back to all fours, tuck the toes, downward dog. Tiptoe the feet towards the hands. And then as you inhale, sliding the hands all the way up, head last of all. So stay where you are at the front of the mat. I'm just turning round so you can see me. Inhale, bring the arms over the head, palms meet. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Taking your right knee out to the side, begin with the big toe on the ground. Inhale the arms up into the air. And then slide that foot up. You can keep it on the ground, you can take it to the calf, or you can give it a helping hand, and it might take a few attempts to take the sole of the foot to the top of the thigh. This is our balance sequence. Choose to gaze at something that's not moving. Now that steady breath that we aimed for at the beginning. Inhaling slowly, exhaling slowly. See if we can find that breath now. And if we take a few attempts to stay up, that's fine. It's a practice, not a perfect. Then we'll bring the foot down to the ground. It might come of its own accord. And then we'll float the arms down beside us. So my balance isn't great today. Interlace the hands behind the back. We'll bring the arms over the head. Exhale, halfway. And then we'll soften back to that nice easy lift and flow, palms over the head. We'll take that mudra again with the index fingers together. We'll take the left knee out to the side this time. Take that foot anywhere along the standing leg. Arms over the head. Helps to squeeze the arms towards the ears. And I'm very wobbly today. So don't worry wherever you are. We keep trying, choosing something to gaze at, something that's not moving. Find balance super easy, try closing your eyes. And then we'll all meet with our big toes together. And then we'll just lift and lower a few times with those arms still in the air. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower the heels. Floating the arms down to the sides, interlace the fingers behind the back. Slowly fold forward, bending the knees. Inhale halfway, exhale, release the hands, step back to your downward dog. Tuck the chin into the chest and we'll take a plank pose. Now you can take the knee down for side plank on the right hand, you can go into full side plank, or you could take that top leg behind you, open the chest, take the hand onto the heart, and this is coming into a nice stretch. Feel unsafe, then stay with the other two. So we'll do the other side. Again, we could do the open heart pose, sometimes called wild thing. And then we'll meet back in our plank pose. Lower the knees, belly, chest and chin to the ground. And we'll take a bow pose. We can bend the knees. And if we can't quite reach the feet, we can hold onto the fingertips, or we could take hold of the ankles. And as we inhale, we lift. And as we exhale, we lower. So if you can't reach them, just reach the arms behind in the direction of the toes. Lowering the legs to the ground. Inhale to all fours. Exhale and we'll rest in child's pose for a few breaths. As you inhale now, we'll come to all fours. Wrists under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then we'll extend the left leg behind us, just like we did at the beginning. And then maybe we'll lift that leg about hip height, flexing the foot. And maybe we'll take that right arm up, palm facing in, shoulder height. So we're coming into a tiger balance. And then we'll swap sides after a few cat-cows. So just take the cat-cows as a neutralizer. So we take the right leg behind us, we can rock back and forth, stay with this one, or we could lift the back leg, lift the left arm, so it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Gaze to the ground, and then we'll come back. to our table pose. A few more cat-cows. And then we'll make our way, when you're ready, to a comfortable seated position. And we're going to be doing a little breath work. So if you want to lean against the wall again, cross-legged, legs out straight, sit on a cushion, that can be nice. Inhale the arms over the head, palms meet. And as you exhale, the thumbs come to rest on the tips of the nose. So we'll do some alternate nostril breathing. If you feel uncomfortable, then just keep the thumbs on the nose and imagining that you're breathing in and out through each nostril. If you want to do the alternate nostril, we're going to close off the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Close off the left nostril. Release the right and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril off with the right thumb. Release the left. Exhale through the left. That's one round. So just do a few more rounds in the rhythm of your breath. This is said to help to balance the brain, two hemispheres of the brain, and also calming the mind. So today's theme is the balance. We've done balancing poses, we've balanced the breath, and now it's time to relax. But before that, we'll just do a few easy stretches just to get us nice and close to the floor. So lying in a bridge position, feet hip width apart, arms by the side. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale and slowly lower the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Then we take the soles of the feet together. Hands can rest on the belly, tuck the chin in. Feel the rhythm and pace of your breath. So this is a nice counter pose after we've done our back bending. We'll take the hands around the thighs, guide the knees together. And then we've got a few options. We can take the legs against the wall if you've got a wall by bringing the hips nice and close. We could come into our Shavasana, just simply lying on the back. We could come into constructive rest pose with the knees bent, feet hip width apart, the knees rolling into the centre. So you've got a cushion handy or a blanket, it's nice underneath the head. And this legs up the wall pose is a nice way to reverse the circulation system. Keep a softness in the knees and keep the legs in the air, or you could, if you'd like to, slowly, super slowly, take the soles of the feet together. I don't really like this as much as I like just my legs out straight, so I'm just having a few breaths here just to get into the hips, those places where we hold a lot of tightness and tension. And then after 10 breaths or so, I'm going to go back to legs up the wall. Super slow, so make movements slow. If we move fast, our brain starts to engage and we want to keep things slow. We've slowed everything down. And let's slow it down even further now. Wherever you are, closing your eyes. Any places the body is supported by the ground, just surrender into that support. And today, we're just going to simply do nothing. We're just going to let go. Imagine our muscles becoming liquid and melting away from the bones. Softening any tension in the jaw and the face. Relax the center of the tongue. And I'm going to leave you here. And every time your mind wanders or gets busy, just guide it gently back to the sensations of the body as you breathe in and breathe out. Very slowly now, deepen the breath. Just roll over onto one side, make a pillow with your hand, and rest there with the eyes closed for a few more rounds of breath. And with your eyes closed, see if you can make your way back to a comfortable seated position. You may wish to sit on a blanket or a cushion or against the wall. And then when you've found a comfortable position, as you inhale, sweep the arms over the head. Bring the palms together. As you exhale, bring the palms into your heart center. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a long breath out through the mouth. And then again. And one more time. Now bring to mind something you love. Maybe a person, maybe a place, maybe a pet or a thing. Now visualize that thing inside your head. Notice how you feel when you think about your chosen item or person. Feel all those sensations of joy that person or thing brings into your life. And now send all those feelings of love and joy into every single cell of your body. And when you're ready, very gently blink open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me. Bye.